Hey there, everybody. I'm CCP Dolan here with CCP Rise, bringing you another match on day 4 of Alliance for the New Eden Open 2, not the Alliance tournament. We have Providence Wisadrs in red versus Incursion Shiny Network.
Hey there, everybody. I'm CCP Rise with CCP Dolan, and
I'm gonna kill you. So we're gonna have Incursions versus Wizards. What do you bring when you're a wizard?
apparently you keep bringing Marauders. This time no Golem ban, so they're bringing the same setup as last time, I think, almost exactly, except a Golem instead of a Vargur. I can't remember if they had a Slipner last time, but pretty similar. 3 Harpies, 2 Merlins, and that Scimitar. And then for ISN, we have a Navy Megathron, a Damnation, along with a Nero Celestis, Blackbird, Vengeances, and a Dragoon. So kind of a really versatile support wing there. A little bit of UR, a lot of tackle, a little bit of cap war from the Dragoon. Pretty flexible kind of base. And then a Navy Mega, which we haven't seen a lot of.
This is actually real bad for Incursion Shiny Network, I think. With all those points spent in Celestis and Blackbird and only 2 Vengeances and a Dragoon to hold off these Harpies and Merlins, they're not going to have any effect. So they can jam out the Slipner. That's the one thing they have to do. They have to put pressure on the Slipner and win the support war. But already tons of damage coming in on this Oneros. We're going to have to see if he can, how strongly he's tanked if he has an active rep in his armor slot. But that's just long-range damage from those cruise missiles on the Golem.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right that the ISN's in trouble. Kind of their damage is so centered around that Navy Mega, and most of the Providence team doesn't care about the Navy Mega unless the Vengeances can pin down something important, like maybe the logistics on the Providence side. ISN's just going to have a really hard time using their damage. And in the meantime, it's going to be really challenging for them to keep their Oneros alive because the Celestis and Blackbird don't help at all in keeping that Golem from shooting the Oneros.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I was confused there for a second. They were showing the missile launchers on that Golem. Those are rapid, heavy missile launchers on that Golem. Which
really?
I'm not sure the Golem gets a bonus to.
I think it does. I actually have a defect right now about that, and I'm not sure what it's for. It could be that it doesn't apply. It could be that it says it doesn't apply, and I'm not sure which. I think it's just the description, but...
Well, it's a mystery to everyone, but the Golem not doing actually any armor damage on this opposing team here. I was a bit confused when because cruise missiles actually are like built into the ship, and those were sticking off the side. We just have to see where damage is going to come across here. Obviously, there's going to be a fight in the support wing, and with rapid heavy missile launchers on that Golem, whether they're bonused or not, they're going to be a lot more effective at killing things like Vengeances and Celestis and Blackbirds. But the thing is, there's such a wide gap here, and rapid heavy missile launchers, not nearly the projection that you come with the cruise missiles that we're usually seeing on that Golem.
So this is a very pilot-intensive match. Providence needs to keep everything safely clear of the Damnation and the Navy Mega. The Damnation makes a really nice heavy tackler. They're never going to break it. It can kind of run around and do whatever it wants. But if it pins something down for the Navy Mega to actually get on top of, that's really bad for almost anything except the Golem on the Providence side. But the bad news for ISN is that the rest of their ships, I mean, the Celestis and the Blackbird particularly, aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. They can damp that Scimitar, maybe force it into a bad decision, but otherwise it's really not going to be too important. And now it looks like for the second volley from the Golem, he's going to try and take out that Blackbird instead of going for the Oneros, since that didn't work out the first time.
I really want to know if there's bonuses now. Can you right-click on the Golem?
I can look, but what I'm saying is that...
But you're saying that it might not be correct.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, viewers. Sometimes there's... well, the Dragoon catching reps now, he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
but
so...
There's no tackle on either side. Neither support wing is willing to risk themselves going in on the other.
So I believe the way the bonuses are set up, the damage bonus from the Bastion module and... yeah, just from the Bastion module, because there isn't actually... Oh, no, yeah, the roll bonus on the Golem, sorry. The roll bonus on the Golem for 100% damage does affect heavy missiles.
Okay.
So it is getting a damage bonus for those. The thing that doesn't affect it is the ship skill bonus on Kaldari Battleship that's to both missile velocity and missile explosion velocity. Those bonuses do not apply. And I don't think, I'm not positive, but the Bastion module effect, which increases range, does not apply.
Okay.
So basically the damage is what it usually would be,
projection.
but the range and the application are not bonused as they would be for cruise missiles.
So what do you think the over-under on unbonused heavy missile damage application versus bonus cruise missile application is? How much more effective is the heavy missile there?
I think it's a lot more effective.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but it's probably, I don't know, it's probably something like 50% more effective or something like that. It depends on how fast the Neuros is moving and what its sig is and stuff, of course, but I think the heavy missiles still are applying more damage. Of course, the overall potential DPS, especially over the course of a long match like this, is lower because of the reload time.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with the rapid heavies is they give you a big burst of damage, which can be really good if you can kill a target inside that burst. But then if you have to go into reload, the damage is overall a lot lower than it would be for cruise missiles. So
Yep. We actually see some tackles coming down now. Tackle on this Vengeance here. The Vengeance has gone and traded for this Harpy. These Harpies are going to brawl. No reps on this Harpy yet. This Harpy's going to go down.
Yeah, damps and jams on that Scimitar. Maybe that's all they were waiting for, was a chance to get him completely locked out, and that's when they were going to dive in and go for support.
And every single Harpy and Merlin lost here is a huge win for the Incursion Shine Network team because they need to wipe that support fleet, and they don't necessarily have the strongest support fleet here. Reps coming in that Vengeance. This Vengeance is going to tank wonderfully. Tremendous tanks on Vengeances. And now we have a tackle on the other Harpy. If this Harpy goes down, that's like match turning, really. The Dragoon already catching reps as well. We're going to have to see if he survives. Nope, he gets snapped down before reps can land. Armor reps, of course, landing at the end of a rep cycle, so it's much harder to rep than the Scimitar, where reps land at the beginning of the cycle for sure reps. The Slipnir's tackled here. Still pressure on this Scimitar. He's not repping anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the big difference here, is that while ISN has less damage in their support wing, the ability to lock that Scimitar out is telling the story. If he was able to rep these Harpies, they'd probably be doing fine. But with him completely locked out by jams, it's plenty of damage available for ISN to take out that support. So they now have two Harpies down, and the Slipner's not getting any reps either because he's still jammed that Scimitar.
Yep, and you can see here this Vengeance brawling with this Slipnir, but he has a ton of rep. He has a ton of rep drones on top of him, and the Slipnir is just going to get wailed on. He's not going to catch any reps from a perma-jammed, perma-damped Scimitar. Yeah. Well, not perma-jammed, but perma-damped Scimitar.
Yeah, and I wonder, I'm going to go check actually if that Scimitar is running ECCM. Jams haven't been all that popular in this tournament, so I could see them not accounting for that in the fit, and it doesn't look like he's running ECCM. So he may be, that Blackbird may be able to keep him locked out for a very good portion of this fight. We haven't seen him be able to activate reps in quite a while now.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going on to a Merlin next. They have Scimitar tackled now.
There we go. That's going to be big trouble here.
Yeah.
The Scimitar, and he's got the Navy Mega right on top of him.
Wow. I don't know.
Damnation as well. Literally everything's on top of that Scimitar. He's going to go down.
The problem is they've occasionally been able to put damps on that Oneros, but they haven't been able to get him tackled.
Nope.
If they could pin him down, it's possible the Golem would be able to kill him, but that hasn't been able to happen, and they're not able to kill the Vengeance. Scimitar is going to go down for Providence Wizards.
Yep.
That's really bad news for them, even though he wasn't actually doing anything.
The big advantage that this Incursion Shine Network team had was they have all that drone bay, all the drone bay from the Celestis, the Oneros, to actually put rep drones on top of stuff. Their rep amount is actually much greater than the Providence Wizards team, even though shield rep is traditionally more.
I kind of have to feel like the problem in this match was not the Golem not being able to take out that logistics. It kind of needs to be able to do that by himself, take out the Oneros.
Can the Golem ever really just take out an Oneros by itself?
Isn't that the point of it? I mean, that's kind of the idea, is that it can, without, if there isn't a ton of support for the Oneros, if he doesn't have...
On a team like this with this many rep drones, I don't think it can.
Maybe not.
Even if it had cruises, even if it wasn't like range limited by rapid heavy missiles.
Right. It can hit it anywhere. Like, yeah, if it has cruise missiles, it can hit it anywhere in the field. You're right. If with the Celestis drones, the Damnation drones, and the Navy Mega probably won't have rep drones, but if it did, that might be enough to tank it. But that's kind of the idea, I think, with the Golem. I mean, that's kind of what they're going for here, is that he can kill these support ships like the Celestis, like the Blackbird, like the Oneros, regardless of what else is going on in the fight. And that didn't work out at all here. And after that, this is basically everything on the ISN side versus a much smaller team in a way, because they just don't get all that much out of the Golem.
Mm-hmm. And also, by waiting so long to really start fighting, you're not using the Golem. So like the whole idea of the Golem is you trade support wings, you do something really significant with your support wing, and then the Golem finishes out the fight. But if you don't do anything and start the fight at 5 minutes with 5 minutes left on the clock, you have so much less time for your Golem to actually do work. They haven't even shot the Golem once here. The tank has been completely ineffectual in every way.
And ships just continue to drop for Providence Wizards without the Scimitar. The Slipner's getting really low now. Once he goes into armor, he'll drop quick. They have the other Merlin tackled. They won't be able to finish the Golem by the end of this match, but of course they won't care about that. This is going to be ISN moving forward again. Providence going to be exiting.
We were all wrong.
Yep. As
the
usual.
Wizards,
I'm so happy about how much I've been wrong today. It actually means it's a really great tournament. I've been wrong like all but twice, and I'm actually trying my best to pick the winners. So I think that just means we have a really competitive tournament. Both those ships now dying. ISN really doing a really nice job in this match.
ISN Incursion Shiny Network, a team that I would never have picked to
Yeah.
make it to the final weekend. Their final weekend now, right? Yeah, their final weekend
Yep.
are going to go on. 50 seconds left on the clock. They won't kill this golem. But, man, strong performance. Who did they lose to before? They lost to We Hurt. Those.
This match definitely hinged around the golem and what it was able to do. This has kind of been what's happened. I mean, I'm tempted to criticize the rapid heavy decision. That didn't work out in this case. I don't know that it would have been any difference though with Cruz. I think it's kind of the golem. It's like it has lower damage. It does have long range. It's really tanky, but I don't know. It just didn't really do anything in this match. I guess it depends on what kind of setup they run into. They ran the Vargar last time, and the golem in that spot would have done really well also. So it just kind of maybe it's just bad against this setup.
Why don't you give the golem more bonuses to rapid heavy missile launchers?
I'm actually going to, I think. I mean, I think I don't know when that fix is going in. It might be 1.3, but I think that one of the
well,
one
you've
of the
only got a
bonuses
couple
is getting
days if it's
applied.
1.3.
Anyway, that's it for this one. Congratulations to ISN continuing to do really well in the New Eden Open. We'll be back with you guys in just a sec.